Hi Eirik, you're from Norway. You're here in Strasbourg today at the Council of Europe for the Parliamentary Assembly session, and you're part of the Living Library. In fact, you are a book and you're wearing a badge that says "No Hate." So I'd like to know more about this. What are you doing here? What's it all about?
Yeah, I'm part of the No Hate Speech movement, which is basically a youth campaign against online hate speech and for human rights. So now during this Parliamentary Assembly session, there has been the voting of making the 22nd of July the European Day for the Victims of Hate Crime, which was an important initiative by the campaign. And actually, that's how the campaign started.
Let's say all the more reason to campaign against hate speech. And this is something that you, Eirik, are very involved in Norway. Tell us a little bit about your role.
Yeah, I'm coordinating the National Campaign Committee in Norway. So what we've been working on is like finding what are the issues in Norway, how can we challenge this in a Norwegian context, because every context is different, language, culture, etc. But I think what's common, what we all can agree about is that hate speech is a problem. We need to deal with it, and I believe everyone can take a stance and everybody can respond to it. And you don't need to be an expert. It's just not accepting that this common field is full of hate, but putting in a different voice and showing not necessarily the person, the hater, but the audience, everybody who witnesses that this is not acceptable and that there are people who mean different. So the common fields are not dominated by people with extremist opinions, but that it can actually be a place for democratic debate, which the online sphere is really a world of possibilities where everybody can have a voice. But that voice gets limited by hate speech and people get excluded. So we really need to do something about the issue. For instance, moderation. The bigger newspapers have a responsibility to moderate the debate and making sure that to put some guidelines, some rules of how you cannot attack people. You cannot. You need to stick to what's the topic of the article, and this way you can remove almost 90% of the hate speech, basically just by targeting irrelevant things and promoting those discussions that actually contributes.
So let's say, in a way, what's really important is that we all take responsibility, all of us, all Europeans, and we think that it's not just the victims of hate speech, but whoever may be an onlooker or may have heard about it, all of us are able to act in some way. And I'm sure that this is something that awareness is now is getting stronger, and I really thank you very much for coming today, Eirik, to speak to us about this very important area. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.